fighter, that we need to look at him and pay more attention to him, because he simply is the future of the flyweight division. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and as always, I'm your host Sophia, but today I'm here to give you my predictions for this weekend's card, Kavanaugh versus Moreno in Mexico City. But before we get into the predictions, remember to like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell so you never ever miss another episode of the Combat Talk podcast. Well, without further ado, let's get into it. So starting off our predictions for this weekend, we have Sophia versus Ernesto at flyweight. Now, these two are very well-rounded for this fight. In particular, Sophia does have the better striking, and Ernesto has decent ground game, but for this fight, I'm more confident in Sophia, so she's my prediction. So I'm picking Sophia by TKO in the second or third round. Next up, we have Eileen Perez versus Macy Chiasson at bantamweight. Macy coming off of a loss and looking to regain status in the bantamweight division. And Perez is definitely a challenge for Macy, so I'm going to pick Perez by KO or submission in the second round or split decision. Now, our last fight on the prelims that I will be talking about is Ryan Gondra versus Jose Daniel Medina at middleweight. So both of these guys are not good at the ground game whatsoever. So this fight is going to be one on the feet, which I know a lot of you guys are really excited about. But my confidence has got to be in Medina. So my prediction is Medina by KO in the first or second round. But ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our main card. Starting off with, before we continue on with the video, I have an exciting announcement. I have officially been sponsored by Hayabusa. You guys can now use my code Sophia in all caps on your next purchase, and go check out my awesome storefront to see some of my personal favorites. But anyways, let's get back to the video. We have Santiago Luna versus Angel at bantamweight, MMA versus boxing. Now, if you watched my predictions before, like you guys should have, you know I like to go for the well-rounded fighter. But sometimes people, there is a chance for the guy that sticks to one aspect of fighting to win. But in this case, my prediction has got to be Santiago Luna by KO or submission in the second round or split decision. Next up, Emmanuel Rodriguez versus Kevin at flyweight. And to make it simple, Emmanuel has definitely sent the message since The Ultimate Fighter that we need to look at him and pay more attention to him, because he simply is the future of the flyweight division. So my prediction has got to be Emmanuel Rodriguez by KO or submission in the second round. But in this fight, next up, we have Edgar versus Felipe Buenas at flyweight. Edgar is somebody dangerous in this division. He might have a low guard at times, but he knows how to make people feel damage, and he knows how to punish these guys. And Felipe has nothing for Edgar. He's not faster, he's not as good in the striking, and he's not as mentally prepared as Edgar. So my prediction is Edgar via KO in the first or second round. But making his return to the octagon, King Green versus Daniel Will Huber at lightweight. Now, we all can make our little comments about Green, but here's the thing. If he comes in mentally prepared for this fight, he's going to show up and win. But let me remind you, his striking is good, and he's won fights because of it. But Daniel, he's fast and young and stronger than Green. So I'm going to pick Daniel via KO or TKO in the second round. Now, our co-main event, I am so excited about. We have Marlon Chito Vera returning to face David Martinez at bantamweight. And to be honest, David doesn't have anything for Marlon. He hasn't faced anybody like Marlon that's going to be answering back just as hard and piece him up. So my prediction is Marlon Vera via KO or TKO in the second or third round. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our main event, Brandon Moreno versus Lonnie Kavanaugh at flyweight. Lonnie is a replacement in this fight, so he's strong and fast and so technical. But Moreno, he's looking to get his record back and his head back into the fight game. So he's looking to get the job done too. I have a feeling this fight's going to be a war, just like anybody else. But my prediction, of course, is Brandon Moreno via TKO or submission in the third or fourth round. Well, guys, that was my predictions. As always, remember to like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell. And don't be afraid to leave your predictions in the comments below. There's no right or wrong answers. Go ahead and do it. But remember, as always, I'm your host, Sophia. And stay tuned for next week because instead of a hot take episode, we have a fight interview. So leave your comments on who you think it's going to be because it's a legend in the UFC Hall of Fame and a pioneer of the sport. So I will see you guys next week and tune in next Tuesday for another episode of the Combat Talk Podcast. Bye, guys.